we'll go with the basics of fears. I'll just give you. So first of all, now we are all meditators. I see a lot of people. We are all advanced meditators. Many people, many of us attended advanced sessions, workshops like astral travel. You know, so I think we're most of us are all meditators. But we'll go with the basics: meditators or non-meditators. How we deal with fears and how we are not even conscious about. We are not even conscious about our fears because. Uh, all our day, we try to gain a lot of energy in our meditations or in our relaxations or through distractions, because when we have some kind of stress, we go for a walk, we go for small jog, we go to gym or try to flex our muscles or sorry, build our muscles, sorry. These are kind of distractions where it's you take your mind off from your stress levels, right? So or once you go to the next level, higher level, you meditate and you relax your mind, you relax your body, you build up your energy, you build up your awareness levels. That is good, that is all good. This is all light side, okay? This is all completely on light side. But there is also another level, there is also another face to the coin, which is nothing but the dark side. That is nothing but fears. First of all, for the first step is to acknowledge that we have some fears. Okay, that is very important step. We have to acknowledge there is some kind of fear, because most of us, if we don't conduct ourselves consciously, perform any act or conduct ourselves consciously, we don't even know that we have fear of something, but we unknowingly step into something, and we that develops into panic situation. But when we are at least a little bit of aware, we have that awareness. When we start meditation, we'll start building that awareness slowly. So even if you have a small little bit or a small level of awareness, then you're aware of your actions, you're conscious. You can conduct yourself consciously. So then you'll start acknowledging that you have some kind of fears, because everyone tries to look at the light side, but we think the dark side doesn't exist, but it exists. Our duty is to shed the light there. And because wisdom is like this, wisdom is nothing but it's light. Wisdom, there are many names to wisdom, right? Some of them are light, right? A light or fire, wisdom. These are all names for it. So whenever you shed light, whenever you shed wisdom there, the darkness will vanish. It'll go away, right? The same way, you have to acknowledge, you have this kind of fear. I see a lot of comments that there many of us are acknowledging we have this kind of fear because we already started working on it. That is for sure. First point, if you acknowledge that we have some kind of fear, that we started working on it. Okay, that is the first successful step. And the next step is to go and approach it in a proper way and resolve it. Okay, that is the first step. And one more thing, energy leaks I want to talk about, because um, the word brahmachari means, so everyone thinks brahmachari means maintaining the celibacy, and without marriage you have to stay like that. And no, it's not that. Brahmachari is the way, is the path, right? When Brahma means the ultimate or the consciousness, Brahma Padartha, we call it Brahma Padartha, right? God material. In English, we call it God material, or in Telugu or Sanskrit, we call it Brahma. So, whoever takes that path of Brahma Padartha or God particle to reach that God particle, they're in Brahmacharya, okay? Or if they're conducting their way, their lifestyle in very consciously, they're in path of Brahmacharya, okay? So if we can conduct our way of life very consciously, every step of it, we'll start recognizing. That is the first step, successful step, right? Like I said, the first point is to successfully recognize what are the fears we have. Because every step we take in this life, because we are not living in any cave or in any isolation these days. We go out, of course, not due to because of this COVID, of course we are living in our own caves, but once you go out, you socially interact with other people. Once you do that, if we are unconscious of our acts, we step into some situations, we get trapped into that panic state, right? So in order to avoid that, we have to live consciously and understand, acknowledge that we have this fear, and then we have to work out of it. Like Master Prabodh said, we have a wonderful technique that he's going to teach us now, how to face it and how to resolve them. Okay. So energy leaks. I'll give you just few lines how to deal with these. Okay. Uh, we always, in this journey, we try to meditate, we build up our energy. That is all good. We have a good pot. We are filling it with energy. What if it has holes? If it's the energy is draining continuously, you pour on lot more and more energy, and the draining is happening, means unknowingly you're losing your energy. You go on meditating for an hours and hours, you feel good for some time, and you feel drained after some time because there is a leakages, right? There is leakages of it. You have leakages, you have to patch up. You have to patch up your pot so it can hold more energy. It can hold more energy and consume a little bit less, and it can consume less and regenerate your energy. You can have a proper functioning energy system. So whenever you conduct yourself consciously, you can do that. So consciously means there are many ways. If you come to your external senses, see, we are seeing something, we are listening something, we are talking something, we are smelling something, we have our skin sensation. All these are external sensories, right? All these are external sensories, right? So all these external senses, when you are with those, you have to be very, very conscious. When you're talking about something or someone, just observe, consciously act on it. And if you're talking about someone or something, if your heartbeat, check your heartbeat, observe it, be conscious of your heartbeat or breath, and very importantly your body sensations. If there is any spike or something that you're not comfortable with, it's not just with your talk. If you see something, if you smell something, if you hear something, if something comes in contact with you, your skin touch, all these things, when you're contact with these your senses, if your heartbeat, there is any irregularities in your heartbeat that is not in comfort, if you're not comfortable with, if your breath is not comfortable with, sometimes, when you have fear, right, your breath changes. If you're not consciousness enough, if you're not conscious enough, if you don't have enough awareness or something, if you're not meditating, you don't even, because meditation is just simply observing your breath, knowing your breath, right? So once you observe your breath, you'll know your breath. So once you start observing your breath, you'll have that consciousness on your breath, awareness on your breath. So once your breath pattern changes, then you know that your something is coming in contact with my five senses. Someone is walking in, I'm seeing seeing them, that you feel, you have likes and dislikes, right? That is the problem. So once you see them, your heart, if your heart rate is increasing or decreasing, your breath pattern, sometimes it gets stuck. You don't even, it's like you're frozen in time. You forget to breathe. Most of the fears, you forget to breathe, right? You'll notice that irregularities in your breath. Your heart rate also, it increases suddenly, and then sometimes you sweat. And if you're more into practicing meditation, you're going deeper and deeper, then you'll start observing your bodily sensations also. There is a slight warmth or heat or coldness. You have to, because everybody is unique. Every body communicates differently, right? It has its own language. So you have to continuously make an attempt to listen to your bodily sensations. Okay. That is the thing that I really observed. So you have to continuously do that attempt to listen to your body, listen to your breath and heartbeat, and consciously conduct yourself. When you're doing that, then you will know that you have something to work on. Okay, that is the first step. Then you have it may be fear, it may be your anger issues, it may be your jealous issues, because if someone's saying that they have a good improvement in them, financially or something, if you're feeling happy, but somewhere there is a discomfort in you, there is a jealousy in you, you have to work on that. If somewhere if you have, there is a slight ego raising up, you'll notice it. Bodily sensation will tell you. The same way the fear also, the irregularities in your breath or your heartbeat or skin sensations, this is the first step that you have to go through. And a lot of us know what we are afraid of, and slowly you have to cut down all those. It's like an onion peeling of all the fear, slowly, slowly, slowly. And the root, the highest root, is fear of death. Like someone said, how to remove that fear of death. From my experience, I'll tell you this. Just do astral travel, that's all. Once consciously come out of your body. I don't know whoever asked, I don't know if they attended previous astral travel sessions, but if you can consciously come out of your body and see your physical body, that's all. It's so simple. Once you know that you are not at all a physical body, you are something else beyond this, you won't be afraid to shed this physical body, because this is just a vehicle, this is just an what you call vehicle or vessel you're carrying. Once this duty is done, you'll slowly come out of it, and consciously you'll with smile, you'll consciously come out of it. Once you enjoy the process, consciously coming out of and going out somewhere and watching beautiful sceneries, and going to higher dimensions in your astral travel, same. Once you leave your physical body for good, for the last time, that physical body, that is also same act. Consciously you come out of it. No more, no regrets, no fears. With a smile, let's go to the next level. With this smile, you can come out of it. So these are the fundamental initial steps that I want to give you all. First step is always to acknowledge that we have something to work on. Okay, and the next step is to how to recognize those, is to conduct ourselves consciously, every act of it. Okay, observing our breath in meditation is one thing, but always observing the irregularities in our breath and our heartbeat, in our temperature of our slight temperature changes also, you have to observe it and see what needs to be done now. Okay, take a deep breath. First of all, if you're frozen, if you forget to breathe, just breathe. That is the first step, and start working on it. Whatever Prabodh Master is going to give you, this beautiful NLP technique, that we make use of it and try to work on it. Once you work on it, face the fear and resolve it. That's all. It's gone for good. Your next level, you're going in more and more next advanced levels. Okay. The final point is this energy leaks. Make sure whenever you're doing this, consciously conducting yourself, that should be always. Okay. So if you're talking about someone, if you're seeing something or someone, if you're hearing about something or someone, if something is coming in contact with you, if there is a discomfort, you have to work on it. That is for sure. Okay, because building up energy is one thing, and storing it and perfectly using it and regenerating it, a good functioning energy system is another thing. You have to master both the systems. Building up and using the energy wisely. Storing the energy wisely and regenerating the energy wisely, recycling the energy wisely. That's a energy function, functioning. So you have to use them, master those both systems. Okay. Once you conduct yourself consciously, when you have any discomforts, start working on them. That's all. All your holes to the energy pot, they'll be patched. You'll have a clean pot. Okay. You can hold your energy perfectly. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for this opportunity.